In today's episode of The Film Room, we're going to dive into whether Joel Embiid's scoreless night was due to anything the Raptors did to him schematically, or just an off night from him. Well, the Raptors did double team him in the post, which is nothing he hasn't seen before. But their great amount of length, plus their ability to double team him not only with his back to the basket, but when he tried to mismatch drive Marc Gasol, took the ball out of Embiid's hands more frequently than he's used to. The Sixers ran their normal down screen for Embiid to try to get him to the elbow, and every time he caught it there, he was surrounded by help defenders. Look at the bodies that the Raptors surround him with, and he ends up settling for this mid-range jumper. Later in the quarter, the Sixers run the same play again, but Embiid has the defense in his head and takes a quick mid-range J, one he's capable of knocking down, but still a little bit quick. He doesn't come back in till the second quarter, and even again as he looks to drive, he's settling for jump shots because he knows the Raptors are clogging the lane and he's going to be doubled. I mean, look at the immense length with Siakam and Gasol that they send at Embiid. It turns him into a passer or a jump shooter, which is exactly what the Raptors want him to be. By blitzing Embiid early and often, they turned him into a passer, and he only took 4 shots in the first half. Coming out of halftime, Brett Brown's Sixers were ready and prepared for how to attack. They ran the same high pick and roll between Simmons and Embiid 3 times to start the half, scoring on the first 2. Although it got them some quick ones early, Embiid is a natural scorer, and his tendency is to try to want to force things. So when the Raptors do double team him as he starts his move here, he's thinking score the entire time, reading the double and forcing a sloppy mid-range baseline turnaround J. He forces again on the exact next possession, trying to dribble out of a double team, make a move that he's not accustomed to, and take a step back from 17 feet. Not Embiid's game. A couple possessions later, you see the panic and frustration set in with Embiid as he has a miscommunication with Josh Richardson. Embiid gets benched all the way until the fourth quarter, and when they try to get him in again, they play through him immediately, but the same result happens. A double team means Embiid needs to be a passer, kicks it out to the perimeter, and tries to find the open man. Now, the Sixers did a good job of moving the ball and getting the right shot for them, but it takes Embiid out of rhythm as a scorer. His next meaningful touch doesn't come till under the 3-minute mark when they run that Simmons down screen for him again. He's so rushed and panicked that he tries to bully into a move and commits an offensive foul. Next possession down, Embiid gets over anxious as he finally sees open floor on the roll, and he unfortunately dribbles it off his own leg. He's clearly in his own head here as well on the offensive rebound. Just a couple possessions later, he tries to force a post move and he's visually frustrated. So what happens late in the game? Well, Philly tries to run the ball screen that was successful for them earlier, but look at the help defense from Toronto, absolutely swarming the lane. Tobias is going to force up a tough shot, and the Sixers end up losing. A lot of this has to do with how Embiid was guarded and the mental game played by the Raptors.